he had attention disorder. He couldn't sit like you and pay attention to. He had to get up and jump every 5 minutes. So only school which admitted to him was a Chinese opera school, where he learned how to dance and tumble and act. So he's such a bright guy. He cannot read English, but he speaks very, very good English. So I asked him, how do you act in movies? They have to memorize. Somebody has to read the script, and he memorized the script, and that's how he's acting. He speaks Thai, by the way. He speaks Korean, so he and I can talk in Korean. He can speak Japanese, French, and some Spanish. I asked him, how do you learn all these languages? He said, very easy from my girlfriends. That's why my wife doesn't allow me to learn new languages. Now, not only Jackie Chen gave a lecture, he also helped us with fundraising event. We had a fundraising gala in our school, raising money. And then every university in Hong Kong was calling Jackie Chen. Can you please do the same thing to us? Jackie Chen says, of course, I cannot because I'm busy making movies. But Hong Kong Poly came with this idea. That's why I did that for them. So I think there is morale to their story. Innovation means you are doing it for the first time, so thinking something outside the box. Not only that, this is another example. We made a Jackie Chan's business card, Professor Jackie Chan, Hong Kong Poly U. Everywhere he goes around the world, he's so proud to present this business card. I'm Professor Jackie Chan. I gave him more than 7,000 business cards so far. Every piece of business card is advertisement for our school. Again, this is process of tangibilized intangible. Now we have an office for Jackie Chan in our school. If you come visit our school, you can see his office. If you're lucky, you'll see him right there. If not, at least you'll get a souvenir. Souvenir is Jackie Chan's business card. Sometimes you have to now, I understand the theme of this conference is about digital era. What is happening in digital era? You can think about some new ideas, and when you combine with technology, you can be a lot more innovative. Here's a very good example. Dunkin' Donuts, as you know, Dunkin' Donuts are very popular even in Thailand. In Korea, was trying to sell coffee, not only grown-up coffee, but it was very difficult for them to face competition from Starbucks coffee and other premium coffee brands. So they came with the idea because one industry, the Korea is very well developed, is IT industry. They came with the idea. They are doing advertisement in buses or metros for like BTS or MRT. And then there's a Dunkin' Donut advertisement is coming out. The smell of Dunkin' Donut coffee is coming out at the same time. Very creative idea. I want to show you a short video about this.
The capital of Korea, Seoul, is nicknamed the City of Coffee. There are over 200 Starbucks coffee shops and even more local cafes in Seoul. Even so, the coffee industry is still growing and competition between cafes is becoming even more intense. Dunkin' Donuts projects the image of a donut shop more so than a coffee shop. And as such, other places than Dunkin' most often come to mind when people are looking for a place to have coffee. Mission: encourage people to choose coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. The terrible traffic congestion in Seoul results in people commuting to work primarily via public transportation, on buses and subways. These people are busy, and so they stop by cafes on their way to work. How do we approach these people? Idea: release the aroma of coffee along with radio advertisements. After analyzing the Dunkin' Donuts jingle, we created a machine that releases a coffee aroma. The machine is triggered only by the sound of the Dunkin' Donuts jingle. This jingle was inserted at the top of the Dunkin' Donuts radio ad. When a Dunkin' Donuts ad plays on the radio, a coffee aroma is simultaneously released. Those who noticed the aroma while listening to the ad exhibited some surprised responses. Through positioning, when they exit at their bus stop, they see the Dunkin' Donuts shop in front.
Dunkin' Donuts. 오빠 커피 사왔어. 우와, 근데 어디 커피야? 이미 제일 좋다. 요한테 있는 던킨. 던킨 커피가 이번에 내리는 당신을 기다립니다.
They are much more inclined to make their stop at Dunkin'. Results. More than 350,000 people experienced the ad during the campaign. Visitors increased 16%. Sales of Dunkin' Donuts located by bus stops increased 29%. The ideal result is that people are now starting to think of Dunkin' Donuts when they think of their morning coffee. Coffee and donuts. Dunkin' Donuts.
It's a very nice story, isn't it? Nice case study. How you can combine new ideas with technology. And we are conditioned, once you get used to that coffee, you'll be conditioned to go back. You don't have to advertise again. So that was an idea. So now I think development of technology makes it possible to a lot be more innovative in many other ways. That's why in our school we undertook a major project. That is, our school owns a hotel called Hotel Icon. This is a project our university undertook. It was a huge investment of 170 million US dollars, building a 28-story building that comprises our School of Hotel and Tourism Management and live hotel, commercial hotel. And this hotel project opened in 2011. The building consists of 262 hotel rooms and suites, 3 restaurants in the hotel, plus one restaurant is run by students for training purpose, swimming pool and Angsana spa from Thailand, from Bainan Street, and ballroom. We have 3 rooms called Tomorrow's Guest Rooms. Those are experimental rooms where the students and lecturers are doing research on guest rooms of the future. Our offices, classrooms, laboratory, resources center. We have also a computer lab sponsored by Samsung called Samsung Digital Lab and Hospital and Tourism. The Hotel Icon and the School of Hotel and Tourism Management opened just about a little over 4 years ago. When we undertook this project, there were all kinds of worries about skepticism, sarcasm, all kinds of negative views. How university, you lecturers, university academics, you know how to teach, but you don't know how to run business. And we said, no, we want to show the industry that we can be innovative and we can show a good example. In my life, I've been studying hospitality and tourism all my life. I worked in hotel industry. I've been teaching for like 30 years. And I was always thinking, why our industry is not doing this? If you think about this, hotel industry is not the most innovative industry in the world because it's a very traditional industry. The more traditional industries, the less innovative, such as agriculture and this and that. So I said we want to show an example how we can be innovative. And this hotel made a news in the hotel industry in the world. In first 4 years of the hotel operation, first of all, the TripAdvisor, I'm sure you are all familiar with TripAdvisor, has consistently ranked this hotel among top 4 hotels in Hong Kong, among 700 hotels. I must tell you, Hong Kong is a very tough market for hotel industry. So to be ranked number 4, top 4 in Hong Kong is not that easy. In the midst of Four Seasons and Peninsula, Shangri-La, Mandarin Oriental, and so on and so forth. Not only that, hotel has been running at 90% occupancy rate, at a room rate of about $300 US consistently. Only in 3 months in operation, we started making break even. In the hotel industry, there's a rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is that when you open a hotel, new hotel, you have to spend about a year minimum to stabilize business, start making income. Why? Because if you think about it, at the beginning you have to pay for all the furniture. You have to pay for employee salary, but there's no income. So it takes about 1 year before you start stabilizing. You must get cash flow until the time. But we made a record. In 3 months, we started turning around and generating profit. We have received counting about 35 awards and prizes for various innovations. I concluded that approximately 1 prize or award per month. So if nobody is giving us an award for 1 month, we are wondering why there's no award this month. Maybe we ran out of all the awards and prizes. All these awards and prizes are about innovations in various things. Here are some examples of blue ocean strategies we have adopted, all based on research. That's where we academics can play a role. We academics not only crank data to research, not only to publish in SSCI journals, you have to create impact for our industry. So that's how we can continue to influence our industry, gain respect in terms of design, innovation, functionality, in people management, and so on and so forth. In the interest of time, I just want to show you just a few examples. This is one example. In our research before opening the hotel, we found something interesting. We started analyzing the flights, many international flights coming to Hong Kong, like in Bangkok. Hong Kong is international airline hub. So there are hundreds of international flights coming to Hong Kong throughout the day. There was one interesting observation in our research. Interestingly, many long-haul flights, those are flights coming from far away, say Paris or London or New York, they are arriving early in the morning in Hong Kong. That was the conclusion. Now what does that mean? There can be some businessmen and women arriving in Hong Kong at 6, 7 a.m. They go to hotel at 8 a.m. and say that I arrived, I want to check in. What the hotel will say? Sorry, you cannot check in. Why? Because somebody is sleeping there in the room, right? You have to check them out and you have to clean the room and then you can check in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Sir, you can leave your luggage, we'll look after your luggage, come back at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Imagine this guy or this lady who came from New York after 17-hour flight, want to take a shower, need to change, need to go to meeting, cannot do anything, right? So we came with the idea of creating a lounge for these people called timeless lounge. There's no time in it. You can imagine first class lounge at airport. It's a smaller scale but more cozy, complimentary lounge for these guests. Our guests love this idea. They can rest, there's a free Wi-Fi, coffee, tea, you can take a shower, rest until you check in. Now every hotel chain in the world is coming to look at this lounge. Often I give them a tour. They ask one hotel company sent 18 people to Hong Kong to look at it. Maybe there was one way of just doing a tour to Hong Kong. One gentleman was asking, can we take a photograph? Yeah, you can take photos. One gentleman asked, can we take measurement too? Yeah, you can take measurement too. I said the purpose of this hotel is we want to innovate. We want to share this new knowledge with the industry so industry can continue to develop. We have a very unique design feature. We wanted to make hotel a green hotel. So we were brainstorming, how can we make our hotel a green hotel? There was even a joke. We have to paint everything green. How ugly would that be? We wanted to create a garden, but in Hong Kong there's no land for garden. Land is so expensive. We came with a very creative idea, but crazy idea, putting a garden on the wall because we have 21-meter tall wall in the lobby. We decided to put a garden on the wall, calling it vertical garden. Actually, this was work by a French botanist. His name is Patrick Brown. He's a botanist who's studying plants. He came with this concept of creating garden on the wall, how the plants can grow from the wall. And we made this garden, and then we call it vertical garden. CNN Travelers magazine said that there are 10 gardens in the world you must go to see before you die. This is one of them. This is our vertical garden. So please come and see it. It's free of charge. So this is a beautiful garden. There are 8,800 plants living on the garden. When our guests are coming in, without exception, they say, wow. Then we know what they'll say. Are they real? They say, yeah, they are real. I know what they will ask. How do you water them? So we have common answers for this. This garden is moving from one end of the world to another. It's a beautiful piece of art, by the way. And also there are some environmental benefits, such as cleaner air, and saving energy, and so on and so forth. Here is another example. This is something I'm always annoyed when I travel. When I check out from this hotel, I'm sure they'll ask me, "Sir, did you use anything in the minibar last night?" Right? What will be your answer? No. According to our research, 95% of guests don't use minibar. Why you don't use them? Because they're expensive. You're not that stupid. You can go to 7-Eleven across the street, you can buy a bottle of water for maybe 12 baht. But why do I have to pay 60 baht for this water, right? You're not that dumb. Unless you are somewhere stuck in the middle of nowhere, you cannot drink tap water, there's no convenience store nearby, then you have to pay for it, right? You are stuck with it. But in an environment like Hong Kong or Bangkok, you can always go to 7-Eleven to buy your own drink. Nonetheless, when you are checking out, they are asking, "Did you use any minibar?" I say, "No." Some hotels don't even trust you. They are sending somebody, and they are calling and then speaking their own language and say that, go and check their room. In Chinese, they are using the word inspect their room. Sounds like you did terribly wrong, inspecting your room. They don't trust you. In one hotel, actually, it happened. I was actually late going to the airport, and I was so annoyed because it took so long to inspect the room. And the worst thing came. I didn't use anything in the minibar, by the way. I didn't even open the refrigerator. They said, "When we check, a can of Coca-Cola is missing. Therefore, you have to pay $3. I said, "No, I didn't use anything in the minibar." "No, can of Coke is missing. You have to pay $3. I tell you, I never drink Coke in my life. A can of Coke is missing. You have to pay $3. I was so annoyed. So I had to get out of the hotel. So how much is it? I'll pay you $3. But I'll tell you something. One, I will never come back here again. Secondly, I wrote that in TripAdvisor. Don't stay in this hotel. Imagine how detrimental that would be, right? So industry doesn't think. So we came with this idea. First of all, what are the basic things that guests need in a minibar? Water, sparkling water, maybe orange juice, Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, a couple of cans of beer, etc. We decided to give everything free. Actually, in our hotel, we are providing Thai beer called Chang beer, because I like that beer. So everything at cost, wholesale cost. How much it costs to us? It's about $5 US per day, per room. We're giving it free. Actually, it's not free. It's included in your room rate. That's the secret. So the only problem was at the beginning, our guests didn't believe it. Many guests were calling from us, "Are you sure this is free?" Because they don't want to get surprised when they check out. So we put a sign in the room. "You're not staying double. You're not drunken. You're not staying double. Minibar is free." Our guests love this, I don't know, when I look at our TripAdvisor comment, there are so many positive comments about this free minibar. One American guest who's traveling around the world commented that whichever hotel I stay in the world, when I look at minibar, I'm always reminded of my favorite hotel in Hong Kong, Hotel Icon, which is doing this. Another guest commented that when airplane touches down at Hong Kong airport, his mouth is salivating in anticipation of drinking free minibar. What a great testimonial. This is another innovation we introduced. When you are traveling, nowadays everybody carrying a mobile phone, right? The problem is the mobile phone is a smartphone. When you're outside a Wi-Fi zone, your phone is not smart. You cannot connect with Wi-Fi, right? Then, if you pay for data roaming, it can be quite expensive. So most guests don't use data roaming. They're just waiting for free Wi-Fi somewhere. But sometimes it's not that easy. So we came with the idea. In every guest room, we are providing a mobile phone, smartphone, for guest use during his or her stay in Hong Kong. It's a 24 hours internet-enabled smartphone. You can use it free of charge. You can take it anywhere in Hong Kong. You can make free international phone calls to 25 countries, including Thailand, because it's internet connected. Then when you are carrying this phone, it serves as a pocket hotspot for your own phone. So your own mobile phone will have Wi-Fi too. What a great idea. Our guests love this idea. Now, we were the first hotel in Hong Kong which implemented this system. Now there are 37 hotels in Hong Kong doing the same thing. One Chen said, Professor Chen, the problem is we are continuously innovating, but people are copying the idea. I said, that's the purpose of our hotel. We want to show to industry, this is how we can continue to innovate. We want to share the knowledge to industry. That's how we can take our leadership in our industry. Even in F&B operations, we are so innovative. I don't have time to explain everything. We have 3 restaurants in the hotel. One restaurant called Market. This is so popular. Now we have a 3-month waiting list for dinner reservation. So if you're calling the hotel, can I make a booking for 3 people for dinner? They'll say that today is the 2nd of December. Next available date will be 2nd of February or March. Lunch is not too bad, only 2 months. We are handling 8,000 phone calls just for reservation of restaurant. So we are now setting up a call center only for restaurant reservation. Even in operations, you have to be innovative. Last in Hong Kong, there was something called Occupy Central. Have you heard about it? There was demonstration in Hong Kong by young people asking for more democracy, more full autonomy from China. And then if you don't give a full autonomy in Hong Kong, we'll occupy Central. Central is financial district in Hong Kong. They're like Wall Street in New York. We'll occupy, and they did. In Hong Kong, many international guests are coming to Hong Kong to attend conferences in Hong Kong Convention Exhibition Center. Hong Kong Convention Exhibition Center is located in Wan Chai, which is near Central. Our hotel is located in Kowloon, just across the harbor. The problem was, when our guests were coming to attend a conference in Convention Center, they couldn't go there. Why? Because area was occupied. Totally blocked like this for almost a month by young people demonstrating for democracy in Hong Kong. So we started losing our guests. Why? Because our guests didn't want to stay with us. They wanted to stay in walking distance to convention center. So what we did, we started innovating. We came with a new idea. We started running a shuttle boat from Kowloon side of Hong Kong to Wan Chai. We rented this boat, not too expensive. And then we started running shuttle. Our guests loved this. They said that, such a romantic experience to take a boat, to ride a boat to the convention center. And also there are some guests coming to attend same conferences. They are on the same boat, they are exchanging business cards, and they become friends, and they very good social interactions also. This was so successful that we are now thinking about purchasing a boat. So we can own a boat, then we can use it for private catering, like picnics for lunch or special dinners on board. So we are considering doing that. We have 3 rooms called tomorrow's guest rooms. These are to innovate new ideas so that we can continuously update the technology and the design of the room. Not only I mentioned about people management. Even in people management, you have to be innovative. We always say that managing people is always important and also difficult. Managing people is difficult enough, but managing a bunch of academics is far more difficult. Academics here. Managing academics is far challenging, right? Director will sympathize with me. Because academics are very smart people, or they think they are smart. Very difficult people. My secretary said that when she was working for the private sector, when boss says,